It is the week of December 1st, 2020. My name is Eliana.
And I'm Marzetta. Welcome to your Ruth Fisher News.
Welcome back, everyone. This is our first episode of the news since March of this year. Not really much has happened between now and then. Just kidding. Holy cow, what a crazy year. Let's get you caught up. March, coronavirus really begins to spread across the U.S. and the world. We shut down for the remainder of the 1920 school year and went remote. April, murder hornets invaded the Pacific Northwest. They can be about 2 inches long and destroy an entire colony of bees in just hours. In May, SpaceX successfully launched 2 U.S. astronauts to the International Space Station. In June, COVID global cases passed the 7 million person mark. In July, NASA launched its Mars 2020 rover to look for signs of ancient life. August brought 2 horrible explosions in Beirut. In September, we saw the worldwide COVID-19 death toll hit 1 million. In October, NASA landed the Bennu probe on an asteroid for the first time. In November, there was a presidential election, and that is all we will say about that for now. Well, a crazy year, but we are so happy to be back here bringing you the news.
2020 has been a hot year in Arizona. 2 weeks ago, Phoenix set another weather record. On Monday, November 16th, Phoenix reached 92 degrees, setting a record for the latest day of the year that has ever reached 90 degrees or more in Arizona. July set the record for the hottest month ever in Arizona, but then we beat the record that very next month in August. That month, the daily average high temperature was 110.7 degrees. Wow. We also set a new record for most days over 110 degrees with 52. Destroying the previous record of 33 that was set back in 2011. The monsoon season didn't bring much relief either, especially west of White Tank Mountains. At least we will start to see temperatures back around normal for the next few weeks. Now let's go over to Mr. Dobesh with a weekly update.
Welcome back, Ruth Fisher students, from Thanksgiving holiday and Thanksgiving break. Hopefully you had a restful bunch of days off. I just kind of want to give you a couple reminders. First off, on campus, you need to be wearing your mask, making sure it's covering your nose, covering your face, and you're wearing it properly while you are on campus. When in doubt, just keep your mask on. That includes when you're on the bus to and from school, and you must have your mask on when you get on the bus. This is to help everybody out and to make sure we are looking out for both ourselves and for others. So I appreciate you following that expectation. With expectations too, we're coming back from a break, so expect your teachers to remind you of expectations around campus or moving around campus, classroom rules and procedures and things like that. Very important that you, again, get reminders of those and follow all those expectations, procedures, rules that are on campus because, again, you were off for 10 days. So with that, we do have just 3 weeks left of second quarter. So hard to believe we're almost halfway through this school year this year already. So really concentrate on making sure your work's turned in every single day, staying caught up in all your classes between now and the end of the quarter. If you have questions about work that you can still do or how to get your grade to improve, please speak directly with your teachers and they can kind of give you some guidance on how you can continue to improve your grade in each of their classes. With that, I don't have much else to go over, but wear a mask, stay positive as we continue to work through being in person and learning. So with that, keep on keeping on.
Thank you, Mr. Dobesh. Let's go over to sports with Reese and Joaquin.
Welcome to sports. My name is Joaquin.
And I am Reese.
2020 has brought on some changes to the way sports are played this year. After March, most events weren't allowed to have any fans and for a while there was no sports at all.
Both the National Hockey League and the National Basketball Association took big breaks after the pandemic hit hit, but both finished out their seasons in their respective bubbles. In the National Basketball Association, the Lakers brought home a championship, beating the Miami Heat.
In the National Hockey League, the Tampa Bay Lightning beat the Dallas Stars to take home the Stanley Cup. Baseball's shortened season saw the Dodgers with their first pennant in over 30 years.
And right now, the National Football League has been fairly successful in opening their season with a limited amount or no fans in the stadiums at all.
See you next week for more sport news.
Thank you guys. Here's Josiah and Gabriel with entertainment news.
Welcome to Entertainment News. I am Josiah.
And I am Gabriel.
Entertainment has certainly changed this year. Movie theaters and sports facilities, among most other venues, closed this year to help prevent the spread of COVID-19.
One movie through May have changed the way we see new movies. Trolls World Tour was set to premiere in theaters back in April. Well, there were no movie theaters open for people to go to.
Instead, Universal Pictures, the company that made Trolls World Tour, decided to release it through streaming services like Amazon and Roku instead.
For $20, you could start, pause, rewind, and fast forward that movie as much as you wanted for 24 to 48 hours. Depending on the service, a normal movie outing for a family of 4 would have cost at least $30 to $40, not including popcorn, soda, and candy.
More money went to the production company, and families saved money on seeing new releases. Trolls World Tour made over $100 million this year.
While no one can be positive about what movie experiences will look like in the future, but this was a sign that things might be changing.
Thanks, guys. Now Allie's here with Fun Fact Trivia.
Welcome to Fun Fact Trivia. My name is Elise. December 1st is National Eat a Red Apple Day. They say an apple a day keeps the doctor away, while that is not necessarily true. Apples are a very delicious and nutritious fruit snack. Your question today is, how many different varieties of apples are there? Is it A, 5,000, B, 7,500, C, 10,000? You have 10 seconds to make your decision. If you said B, 7,500, you are correct. The most popular variety of apple in the U.S. is the Red Delicious. Also, about 8% of the world's apples are grown in the U.S. See you next time on Fun Fact Trivia.
Thanks, Ali. Now it's time for Joke of the Week with Aubrey and Josiah.
Hello, and welcome to Joke of the Week. My name is Josiah.
And I am Aubrey. This week's joke is, what does a gingerbread man put on his bed to keep him warm?
I don't know, what does the gingerbread man put on his bed to keep him warm?
A cookie sheet.
If you have a joke and would like to tell it on the news, please go on smusd.me/beyondthenews, and we would love to have you on.
See you next time on Joke of the Week.
Thanks, guys. Now it's time for This Week in History with Charlie.
Welcome to This Week in History. My name is Charlie. On this day, December 1st, 1955, Rosa Parks was arrested for not giving up her seat on the public bus to a white man, which at the time was against the law. This event sparked the Montgomery bus boycott that was organized by Martin Luther King Jr. Rosa Parks became known as the mother of the civil rights movement. This protest was on for over a year, but brought on the removal of the segregation laws that were very prevalent in the southern United States at the time. She lived out the later part of her life in Detroit, Michigan, and passed away in October of 2005. That is all for This Week in History. See you next time.
Thanks, Charlie. Now let's go over to Jaden and Layla with Science Time.
Welcome to Science Time. My name is Layla.
And I'm Jaden. NASA has big plans and is currently accepting proposals from companies to put a nuclear power plant on the moon by the year 2026.
They plan on having a fission generator built on Earth, disassembled, sent to the moon, and reassembled there. It would need to produce about 10 kilowatts or 10,000 watts.
For comparison, the Palo Verde nuclear power plant can create over 1 billion watts. NASA plans on using this power plant to help man future missions on the moon and ultimately use the moon as a stop on mission to Mars.
That's all for science time.
See you next week.
Thanks, guys. Here's Aubrey with Word of the Week.
Welcome to Word of the Week. My name is Aubrey. This week's word is gripe. Gripe is a verb and it means to complain. Here is how you can use it in a sentence. Jonathan began to gripe when his teacher decided to give them homework for the weekend. That's all for Word of the Week. See you next time.
Thank you, Aubrey.
That's all for this week's episode.
Go Colts!